First off, hi. Oh my god. Thank you for all of the support on the video that I made for a school project nonetheless. That's insane that it has at least as of, recording this, almost 30,000 views. That's more views than I've gotten on literally anything ever. Holy crap. Thank you so much for the support. And the comments on the video. Everyone was super nice, except for the few people who were like, no, you can't change biology. I have some very choice words for you, in the sense that maybe, I don't know, look at a Wikipedia article on transness if that's how little research you want to do. But anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. Hi, I'm Tobias. I'm also known as Robin. I am a queer trans man. I also currently go to art college. Whoa! As you can see by that thing right there, that's a skeleton I drew. It's a real human skeleton too. It's really cool. Alright, so on to the actual topic of what I want to talk about in today's video. So does anyone remember 2020? I do. Not very vividly though, because a lot of it was kind of blocked out from my memory. So, barely 3 months into 2020, and suddenly the entire world is being forced into a pandemic that would last for several months. At the start of the pandemic, I was 14 years old in 8th grade. I then spent the first half of my freshman year in high school on a program called Odyssey. It was basically homeschooling run by the school, and I don't think I ever hated school more in my life than in those few months. In order to cope with the absolute crippling loneliness that I was dealing with due to having little to no contact with people my age, at least in person, I did what almost everyone else in my position did. I went on TikTok. 2020 TikTok was simultaneously the best and the worst point in my life. There was a nice feeling that came with finding almost everyone else on TikTok, was also weird in the same way that I was. Everyone was stuck online, so therefore everyone became chronically online. Only straight TikTok, note the quotations, were the people who were still normal, so it became everyone's goal to not end up on there. Anime, Minecraft, and alternative fashion were trending, leading to the birth of e-girls. However, almost 5 years has passed since the pandemic initially started, and since then, people have changed their feelings about that era.
Hey, we saw your frog pin from across the cafeteria. We thought it looked so kawaii. Funnylicious. My pronouns are Deku self, Arson self, Table self, Frog.
Hi, I'm Bug.
I'm Rat. Thanks for coming to our sleepover.
Nobody usually wants to hang out with us. We're too awesome and cool and mysterious and all the other things.
We weren't sure you were gonna sit with us again.
Sorry about the sandwich thing.
No.
Jokes about bug, arson, and using neon pronouns such as tampon and tampon self became incredibly popular. These jokes were almost always followed by over-exaggerated expressions and movements, and talking in an anime voice for a lack of better wording. They would drink Monster, wear candy, and bright, dramatic makeup usually is what followed in these videos. Now I could talk for hours about how the people making fun of this era borderline transphobia and ableism, but that's not the topic for today. The thing I want to talk about is, was 2020 TikTok really that bad? Besides the whole pandemic part. I don't mean everything that went on during that era. The amount of death threats, doxing, and overall strictness on fandom culture would automatically make the answer to my question a quick no. But I want to look specifically at the things that people who make those videos make fun of. Are they over-exaggerating, or were we really that insufferable? Were people in 2020 really that cringe? Going off of my own experience, I was New Girl. I have several photos of me with bright makeup, eyeliner, drinking a Monster, wearing candy bracelets, the whole 9 yards. Now, my mental health was already messed up due to being isolated from any contact with other humans in real life, but disregarding that, I had a lot of fun doing this stuff. Being an e-girl was what led to me discovering what I was interested in, helped me discover my gender identity, and led me to generally discover who I was as a person. Now, was it cringe? Yeah. But I don't think it was cringe just because the trend itself was cringe. I think it's cringe because I was a kid who didn't know any better. It was no more cringe than someone having an emo phase in middle school. It's cringy because I was a kid, and because I'm embarrassed of how I used to be. And I think this applies to a lot of people who make fun of that era. They make fun of it not because it really was cringe, but simply because they're embarrassed about who they used to be. It's no different than when millennials will make videos about them being edgy emos in high school. I also think it's a bit sad, because with that embarrassment comes a level of hating, or at least disliking, who you used to be. Unless you were like a genuinely bad person, you know, being racist, homophobic, transphobic, and so forth. I don't think anyone should hate who they used to be. You were a kid, you didn't know any better. You were younger, you weren't as wise, you didn't have the same knowledge that you currently do. Sure, going around wearing eccentric eyeliner, wearing a mask made out of monster cans, and saying "Pog" all the time is a bit much, but that's okay. I think when people make fun of this era, they tend to forget that this crazy, weird, eccentric style is how some people either wish to dress or currently dress. Making fun of yourself and how you used to be is not just bullying yourself, it's bullying other people. It's bullying current alternative people and how they dress. In extension to this, I've seen people bully people who genuinely still dress that way. And most of the time, it's literal kids. And it makes me so mad, because why do you have to ruin their experience with your self-hatred? It's the same as when people comment under kids' videos where the kid is making a cringy FNAF animatic and say stuff like, "You're going to regret this one day." Hey dude, shut up. Stop ruining this kid's experience at being cringy and weird. Stuff like that is exactly why 10-year-olds are slathering anti-aging cream on their faces. Kids nowadays are acting so grown up. And why do you think they're acting like that? Who do you think the problem is? Let people, especially kids, be weird. There's nothing wrong with wearing a little too much eyeliner and talking a bit funny or being into weird things. There's nothing wrong with it unless it's like, you know, illegal and immoral, but I shouldn't have to say that. 2020 TikTok was a respite for people who wanted to be weird but were too scared to be. Being weird for once was cool. People were allowed to be cringy and like cringy stuff because everyone did. And now the consequences for that are that people are taking a complete 180 and are instead caring way too much about what other people think. And I think that's sad. I think people should be proud of who they used to be. 2020 TikTok was cringy, but I think that's okay. I think the idea of not being able to be cringy ever and constantly being what people want you to be will be the people's downfall. No one cares if you have a Cantel tilt, or if you have wrinkles, or if you have an iPhone face. No one except you and the people who have the same insecurities as you cares. So yeah, 2020 TikTok was cringy, but who cares? Because the most cringy thing about all of this is that the people care so much about cringe in the first place. People are cringy. And I think that's what makes us human. Hey, so thanks again for the support on the last video, because oh my god, that's insane. That was supposed to be a school project and I wasn't expecting to get like any of the support or comments or even half the views it did. Like I expected maybe like 10 views, 100 views maybe. 30,000, at least at the time of recording, is insane. Oh my god. Like, my own mom, hi mom by the way, has been like keeping up with the numbers and will like she'll message me, she'll like text me and be like, oh my god, it's at like 29,000, and I'm like, thanks mom, I know. I'm glad that I was able to reach out to a lot of people who felt the same. I'm probably gonna get an A on that project now. In being upset that I didn't have a community and that I felt apart from a community, I somehow gained a community instead. And I think that's like really, I think that's really neat. That's really cool. Yeah, thank you for the support. It meant a lot to me. So yeah.